As we continue our look ahead to the final of the Con Annie Kirby Memorial, we're catching up with the latest of our finalists. Trap 4 is Singalong Sally, already the Juvenile Classic winner, owned by Gilbert Anderson. But Gilbert is a very busy man, but he's put forward a more than able deputy in the form of her own Emma Buckley. Emma, Singalong Sally, she really is a star. And wow, 2 competitions into her career, 2 finals, and she's in with a chance to win another €80,000. She's been some lady all along. And of course, the fact that you bred her must be extra special.
Yeah, look, I suppose there was a great line there already. Of course, we got Droopy Smasher as a brood, and, she's produced in her first litter, and Sally is her second litter, and, it seems to be going well for her. But yeah, it's special to breed your own one and to see her going so well throughout her career.
She was one, I remember she did a qualifying trial at Shelburne Park, and your father sort of sent me a text, said something along the lines of Singalong Sally. I think it was 28:44 or something. And then there might have been a line, something along the lines of, I wasn't really expecting that. I'd say you knew she was talented, but she just seemed to be one of those that, she just knew her game from the start.
Yeah, look, we knew that they were a pacey enough litter, from working them at home. And, when Jack was schooling them, he sent Sally over fairly quick to the training kennel, and it's not too often they come over unless they're very good. So we knew she was something special, but she just hit the ground running. And, to put that kind of time on the clock around Shelburne was just unbelievable. So we knew she was something fairly special pretty soon on.
Your father decided to sit in her for a little while and decided that Juvenile Classic would be right for her. He's never far wrong now, in fairness to him. And Singalong Sally, a matter of probably a couple of months later, there she was winning the Juvenile Classic, beating a stellar field in what was an unbelievable competition. She faced a very tricky draw in the final, but it just so happens that she hit the lids, made her best start of the competition, got to the corner, got to the rail more importantly, and went on about winning it. She's going to have to do it again on Saturday night.
Yeah, look, it's not the ideal draw we could have asked for, but, we've seen her do it in Tralee, and she is a classy lady. If she could ping out like she's done in Tralee and claim that rail, she does stay on strong enough, and she's gutsy as anything. It's not too easy to pass her because she's just very determined to be out and winning her races. So yeah, look, hopefully she can just repeat Tralee.
I don't know if this is being aired before Shane's interview, but I spoke to Shane Dowling earlier on, and he said they'd love to get their hands on a Kirby. It just so happens that you probably have 3 Kirby jackets in the house at present. Droopy's Davy, Droopy's Roddick, and Benteke's Bocco. Not in that order, but to have 3 Kirby winners in a row between 2016 and 2018 was a pretty special feat.
Yeah, it's a special competition. Obviously, Limerick is our home track, and, to win any competition there is very special. But, the McManuses are brilliant to put that kind of prize money up. And, it's a competition that just gets flooded with the top class pups. And you always see that those Kirby pups do go on to be brilliant dogs later in their career and go on to derbies and oaks. So yeah, it's a brilliant competition. They're special to win, and I'm sure Dad would love another jacket in the house.
Yeah, just think about it. That's 3 wins. It's 240 grand all the same. It's not a bad achievement thus far. Droopy's Roddick, of course, went so close to winning an English Derby. Where does Singalong Sally sort of compare? Obviously, she's a very, very special talent, and she's still improving.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I think there's so much more left in her. She's so little starts on her card, you'd almost forget how young she is with the way she's been performing. But look, she's definitely up there. We've seen the likes of Droopy's Roddick and Davy and Benteke's Bocco go on to be great dogs, and we expect the same for Sally. I think she's a big career ahead of her, and hopefully we'll hit the Oaks and the Derbies with her later on in the year too.
Yeah, of course, as a bitch and the sole bitch in the lineup, she could be going down a different path to the dogs. The Oaks would be the plan, or is she going to be joining the English Derby team?
We're not exactly sure. We still have to talk to Gilbert and the rest of the team. She's so young; she hasn't even had her first season, so that's going to have to play a factor in whether we do bring her to England or not. But I wouldn't rule her out going to England. I know Dad also wants to win another English Derby, so she could possibly be heading over. But yeah, look, we'd love to see her in the Oaks too. So it's going to have to be a decision we'll make after the final.
Yeah, a second English Derby in a matter of 6 or 8 months. Of course, dear Jed Sidney, the champion there for you last year. He ran a blinder the other night in the Select Stakes while we're on the subject.
Yeah, look, he missed a kick. Got squeezed up at the first, got his kind of chances taken away from him at the third because he just got cut off and ran a massive race in defeat. But look, he's came off well and he'll be heading for Toaster hopefully. But yeah, look, there's bigger days to come for him yet, hopefully.
Yeah, speaking of bigger days, the Deerjet Sydney, of course, started it all last October. It's been a hell of a ride over the last few months. You then went on to win the Juvenile Classic, of course. Knock the Bull Sid has confirmed his standing as one of Ireland's very best in the Ladbrokes Easter Cup. It's been a special few months.
Yeah, and I think Tralee has just been lucky for us. Sid also went down for the Kingdom Derby as well. And look, they've been running so well. They're a team of really strong dogs that we've just kind of got together at the one time, so it's nice to be able to aim them at the bigger competitions. But yeah, look, they've been going well and they're doing us proud.
I dare say you're very hands-on at home. Maybe it's the female touch that just seems to have kicked everything up a notch.
Yeah, look, it's busy here. You know what, you finish one competition, then you're rolling into the next. But you know, it's a big team effort. Obviously, that is the main person behind it, and he's just telling us what to do. But yeah, look, it's nice that everyone is so involved, and you know, we love what we do.
You should have a thing written into your contract now. I'm not sure you have a contract with your father, but you should do that. Every major competition you win, and every time you front up and do these interviews for him, that you should be getting the cut of the proceeds. What do you think?
This is an argument we've had already. It's still not settled, but it needs to be settled soon because, like you said, it needs to happen.
Of course, Singalong Sally's become a bit of a social media star. Killeedy GAA, who are your nominated GAA club, they really are getting into it.
Yeah, they love it. Look, the Kirby is always so great. You always get talking to so many different people that maybe you wouldn't have come across before. But, you know, they're supporting her as if she's their own, and, you know, it's great. And obviously, the Andersons are from England, so they're showing a massive interest in the GAA side of things. And yeah, it's just nice to see her so supported because we love her so much here at home. It's nice to see other people sharing that love, I suppose.
Our own Joe Sheehan has been doing songs for our Skeeton, but any chance of your Uncle Jimmy or your cousin Claudia getting up and belting a tune out for Singalong Sally or Ride Sally Ride or something like that?
I might just have to give them a call and, you know, pull out a bit of a job there to get them to sing a song for her. Might be in the books, yeah.
Tell us about Gilbert. Has he been with you long? Obviously, he's a big owner. We've seen him owning good dogs before, but tell us a bit more about him.
Yeah, he actually came to our kennel to buy pups, and they had Bull Run Norris already. And his youngest grandson, Archie, was over for the trip with him. And he had said to Archie, pick out a pup this weekend from any of the kennels that we visit. And when they came here, he spotted Singalong Sally because she looked very similar to Bull Run Norris because she has a black little eye patch on her. And they just fell in love with the pup, but she was actually sold to their good friend Paul Woodburn. So Gilbert got on the phone to Paul, and the rest is history. Gilbert bought Sally from Paul, and that's how the name Singalong Sally came, because she was actually previously called Riaka Sally. But yeah, they love her. They're great supporters of our kennel. You know, they just let us get on with our job, and they're very, very proud of Sally, and I know that they love her. So yeah, they're getting great enjoyment out of her, and they're brilliant owners, really nice people.
You should bring Archie over and get him to pick out the best in each of her.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, he might name my pups as well while he's at it.
On Saturday night, she is facing a tough test. There's no denying that. She's the explosive boy in her inside, agent standing on her inside. But we do know that she has that rocket start from her. I'm of the belief that she probably does break better from the middle. Is that your hope on Saturday night, that she'll take an absolute scalded start, get across them all, and hit the corner in front?
That's the dream. That's what we're asking of her, really. Yeah, look, she's been in one the last few nights, and I just don't think she's shown the pace that she maybe could up that rail. So maybe it's not a bad thing that she is in four. I think it might be a bit far out, but look, if she can take the flyer like she did in Tralee, she will take beating because she stays on very strong, and you know, she has pace down the back straight, and you know, she's there. But look, hopefully she's going to need that bit of luck. It's a top class field, and regardless, she's done us proud.
Yeah, she certainly has. Before we let you go, we have to ask you about the English Derby Challenge. You're going to bring a few over. Are you going to be the main woman on the journey again?
Oh, I'll be heading over. I think Dad might be a bit lost without me, so I'll have to keep him company.
No 85-inch television this year.
No, he actually said to me the other day, "What are we going to bring home this year?" And I said, "Please, not another TV, because I just can't do the journey with an 85-inch TV home again." It was a nightmare, but look, it's on the wall now, so he's happy out with it.
If he thought buying an 85-inch TV every time he crossed the water would bring a Derby victory, he would do it. I'm no doubt about it.
100%. He'd have about 5 of them in the house at this stage, I'd say.
Now, the question that everyone wants to know is, for this English Derby Challenge, which is the number one challenger?
Oh, I've been asked this and I don't know how to answer it. Look, I suppose Knocking About Sid went over and shocked a few last year. He came back home then, and he just started putting these runs together. He's really come into himself. He's matured into a lovely competition dog, and he's been there on the big nights and he's done it. The Kingdom Derby, the Easter Cup against some of Ireland's best, and he's just bouncing, he's ready to go, and he's just waiting in the kennel with the 4 legs up in the air, kind of saying, right, I'm ready now. Deirdre Sidney has been coming back brilliantly, and you'd imagine that Tosher will suit him. Glenn Garbale is galloping really well, coming back from injury. He'll take beating. I think Doolin Duke is a bit of value at the price he is as well. Look, it's a very strong team, and they're hard to separate, and Bull Run Nurse is going to be going in the Cesarewitch before heading over, so yeah, look, a good team.
You dodged the question perfectly. You have a future in this game. Emma, well done. Enjoy the few days. Best of luck on Saturday night. Remember, she's already a classic winner. So, she's already achieved greatness, and I'm sure she'll go on to great things in the future as well. But best of luck on Saturday night. And hopefully Singalong Sally does you justice.
Thanks, Ian.